Hey there folks, welcome back to Let's Play Metal Gear Survive. I'm the Mysterious JG, and I'm pretty sure I just beat the main story. But let's find out for sure. Good job, bitches. Oh. We got a lot of...
Track process complete. Now finish it off with the railgun.
Well, then again, I might have to fight at the railgun. That being said, I just got a big coupon energy reward, so I'm not going to go prepare to defend the railgun. I think it's just over. Yeah. Well, maybe I'll get to boss fight with the final boss. That's not how this game rolls. It's more likely the final boss consists of a series of missions where you defend against a horde of zombies by poking them through a fence. In the name of Purple Helmet Warriors everywhere, I'm gonna shoot my railgun load. Sorry. Metallic archaea prevents it from speaking, but since it doesn't speak anyway, that's not going to finish it off. Boss showdown coming? Or not?
Alright, this is the final battle.
Oh, okay, apparently a boss battle coming. Never mind, I thought we were done.
Dread dust infection has surpassed 70%. I can no longer acquire the target by myself.
Okay.
Captain, you'll have to do it for us.
Aim for where its shell is thinnest. That's where it's the weakest.
Is it possible to screw this up?
Take some time to reload, so keep that in mind.
Oh, oops. I wonder if this is failable. I just imagine the Metal Gear Survive, like Zombie Eva going, "You stink!" Wait, that was... Wait, I don't understand how this aim works at all. I thought I had the middle crosshair thing all set up. Oh, I gotta wait for this thing to target? Got it. Thought I was just manual aiming. I didn't know I was waiting for that little thing. Well, now there's two somewhat smaller Lords of Dust to deal with. Not exactly as compelling as the Sahelanthropus boss fight from Phantom Pain, which was pretty fucking badass,
Just
actually.
a moment. I'm still getting energy.
More than anything, this game has made me realize how great Phantom Pain actually was, despite not having as much Kojima story as usual. Oops, well, charge the railgun back up if it's about to, like... Yep. Let's do it again.
It's doing something.
Yeah, it's shaking around and going, whoa. Oh no, if it destroys my weapons and gadget station, we'll have no chance against it. We need to set up more shock traps. It's shooting a thing at a thing. Quick, the real threat is Miranda the nurse. Stop her.
Look! That wormhole!
Oh, maybe it's sick of DT2 and it's trying to come to New York City. The Federal Hall. Which is not in New York City, I don't think. Maybe it is. Yeah, I guess it is. Oh, this guy's gonna save the day, huh? I don't remember what song I actually sang in the other game, but... I snack on Danger Time on that. Okay, we're listening.
There is only one way to defeat the Lord of Dust.
A series of fences and poking through the fence and possibly
After
shock
running
traps.
an analysis on the phenomenon we've witnessed just now, one significant problem has come to light.
This game sucks.
The dread dust didn't begin their existence as organic life. Therefore, they have no concept of death.
So let's teach them. Seriously, is what's going on here that they don't understand death, so they can't die? Because, you know, not to be a downer, but little babies die sometimes. It's not like JG celebrates in the shadows, rubbing his hands together with glee when innocent babies die. But no, it happens. You don't have to like animals die. Well, I guess animals do in a sense have an understanding of death, but no, it can't die because it doesn't understand death. That's lame. And again, it really begs for an Arnold in Predator, like, if it bleeds, we can kill it. I don't know if that's from Predator or not, actually. I think it's from Predator. But yeah, it begs for, well, let's teach it about death.
They began as nanomachines.
Nanomachines.
As long as they have no concept of their own death, they will not cease to function. This appears to be the reason why it has been impossible to destroy them.
No. But, you know, then again, the fact that they're nanomachines, that is a problem. Is there any way we could use Metallic Archaea?
I'm just gonna ask you point blank. Is there really a way to beat this thing?
No. You can only beat it by buying 1,000 Konami coins, which must be purchased using real currency.
Yes, but
...
before I elaborate, please listen to this.
And then it starts playing music from a Castlevania game or something, because that's like this cool new secret she found while exploring Dite.
We don't have time for this shit.
Ooh.
We don't have time for this shit. I can almost hear Reeve when this message starts.
I can almost hear him. I mean, Reeve, whose character is so clearly defined.
I can empathize, because I'm sure you're still in the middle of the battle.
And Reeve, my memory as a small child going through this experience is that you were in the middle of a mission to retrieve sensor units to make more floor traps. But somehow you're there, and that's fine.
But I need you to listen to me. This really will be my final message to you.
Hopefully it will explain that I am the little kid and JG's not just lost his mind here.
Consider it my last will and testament.
Okay.
First of all, Reeve, before I continue, I have to apologize to you.
It's clear now that we should have just made you the main character. Even if you weren't a very compelling main character, still, just having the player play as you would have given everything a little bit more gravitas.
We really don't have time for this.
Shit.
Captain, try hitting it with the railgun again. We can't.
We can't shit.
I let you down. I spent 30 years trying, but in the end, I couldn't get you out of that place. Please forgive me.
The fact is, the true ending of this game is the one where Captain goes through the portal and comes out as Wandering Mother Base Soldier. This ending is actually bullshit.
Let me down.
Don't let me down.
No. You're Chris?
Okay, A, I'm glad that turns out to be true. B, I guess it is clearly stated.
I remember it like it was yesterday. That day, 30 years ago. When the captain got me to the wormhole above base camp and I made it home.
I got myself in school and taught myself all about Metallic Archaea, nanomachines, and other Metal Gear bullshit.
But I couldn't have expected what happened next. Instead of going back to 1980, I ended up in Philadelphia in 1943. In the skies above the USS Eldridge.
Oh, he's like Sigurd's dad. I don't think he's going to turn out to be Sigurd's dad, but...
Wardenclyffe section hadn't been around that long, and this was their first full-blown test of the wormhole teleportation. And so I, descending from the skies, became the greatest achievement of the Philadelphia experiment.
So not as cool as like the Manhattan experiment, but you know, it was something.
For the next several years, I was the section's little plaything.
Ooh.
But over time, I rose to the rank of researcher and gained more influence in the section.
Eventually, I did battle with that guy's name JG can't remember, who's kind of implied to be a bad guy, but we never really found out if he screwed us or just thought that this plan that didn't work was going to work.
And what supported my research was the device that you, Reeve, gave to me. I quickly became one of the leading scientists in my field.
What, like Reeve give him a Walkman earlier in the game and I forgot or something?
But most of my work was simply me recreating what I'd seen on the device. It wasn't because I was smarter than anyone else. I discovered absolutely nothing.
Well, thanks for giving us a child from a minority group and also a child with a physical disability, and presenting them as somebody who was like really smart and capable, and then kind of taking that away at the end. Although, in fairness, you didn't know that Chris is also good luck. It's only now good luck being undermined as being some super scientist, but Chris actually was presented as being all super smart. So that's
I was fine with that. I wasn't after fame or fortune.
Fortune, after all, has.
For what I had done to all of you.
I wasn't after. Yeah, sorry. I wasn't after fame or fortune because I don't know about fame, but fortune, as we all know, has nothing that the Patriots didn't give her.
Thus, the gates of hell were flung open. Though my own personal hell wasn't D-Day, but back here, in reality.
Well, I'm not sure what life is like in Philadelphia, but I would say it's probably better than D-Day.
For 30 years, I've sacrificed everything to prepare.
I sometimes hire a hooker to come to my apartment and then murder her and sacrifice her to dark gods. I've done everything to prepare.
All
Sacrifice
these
her.
preparations for this one fleeting moment.
Of just me floating around in front of a blue orb.
When you hear this, the Lord of Dust will likely have already opened his door to the past.
It's got a link to the past.
Captain, it's all up to you and the others.
Yeah, well, I think you mean it's all up to me. Because other than occasionally going on missions to retrieve sensors and high-voltage batteries, the others really don't do a whole lot to help me. I'm just saying.
History, the survival of mankind depends on whether or not you can pull this off.
Mankind, you mean Cactus Jack Manson?
I'm counting on you, heroes without names. The future is in your hands.
The irony is that the other heroes, in quotes, do have names, even if they're kind of boring names like Miranda and Reeve. The only hero without a name is really the hero of the game.
That is Good Luck's final message.
He was murdered by that other guy at the Wycliffe section, Gruen or whatever his name was.
Chris.
It's so sad to find out that he grew up into, late middle age at least, and I guess died, but I'm not real clear on that.
Virgil, tell me something.
What was it like working for the $1 Million Man? I'm such an idiot.
How do we destroy this thing?
We don't. Game over. Yeah.
There is only one way.
We must put lots of fences up and put electric traps in front of them and poke enemies through the fences and occasionally throw Molotov cocktails on them.
I must become one with the Lord of Dust and reveal the concept of death to all dread dust.
Oh, cool. So you're going to be the Dark Priestess of Death, preaching the message of death. You're going to give Sutek's gift of death to all humans. Great.
Once this has happened, fire the railgun at the Lord of Dust and me.
Oh no, it's going to be terrible. Virgil will sacrifice itself. How will we be able to live with the guilt of defeating Virgil, who we love so much?
Seth, a human being, understood death, the dread dust that infected him. Because it was so dependent on the properties of its host, when Seth's body was destroyed, so was the dust within him.
You guys are making this shit up.
I will do the same thing to the Lord of Dust.
I will become possessed by the Lord of Dust and then die. It's gonna be great.
But Virgil, if you do that, you'll...
Virgil isn't alive.
I am ready for that.
Do you even understand what death is?
Let me teach you. And he kills Virgil and thus ruins the plan.
At the very least, I have developed my own interpretation of it.
Let me show you what death is through interpretive dance.
I have spent a long time with the Karen Corps, the captain, and all of you. Journeyed with you, fought alongside you.
Okay, journeyed with us. I want to say no. It did occasionally fly around a bit. Fought alongside of us? No.
I have realized
Look
that
at the
your
deep
existence
camaraderie
is
in this
fragile
one
and
still
fleeting.
shot. That is why I will not become attached to you. You are as insects to me, Virgil 89.
And while the dread dust was eating away at me, I became aware of a concept, an aversion to my existence coming to an end. This could even be called fear.
Fear is the mind killer, Virgil 89.
Existence is finite, life is precious, and death is sorrowful.
Sorrow. So sad. I can't remember the rest of the Sorrow speech. The Sorrow's actually one of the cooler bosses in Metal Gear, but, a host of sorrows.
Captain, is my understanding correct?
Captain, are you going to get some dialogue now?
Then I think we have a plan. This truly will be the final battle.
Yeah, well, I'm all torn up here.
The meaning of life, the reason for death, the value of existence. I will teach these to the dust. I will teach them everything I learned having to survive in this world with all of you.
So it's not exactly like, and this might seem like a flippant, silly example, but this is not exactly Spock's death at the end of Wrath of Khan level of like emotional investment we've got here. But at the same time, it's just so freaking silly. What if she if she's going to go up and teach the Lord of Dust? I mean, is this going to result in the Lord of Dust dying, or is this going to result in the Lord of Dust just, like, becoming a nice guy because now it understands the suffering it's putting us through? Those are... Because my second option there, not significantly sillier than what the game's actually going for. Y'all ready for this?
Leave the rest of the work to you.
You know, building up the base, putting up additional fences.
Goodbye, everyone.
You have been and will always be my friend. Live long and prosper.
I designated myself as the target. You must do the rest.
It's no good. Can't do it. Oh, what the hell, I can do it. It is a far, far better thing that I do than I have ever done before. Either way, be aware of your fluid intake. So are they really going to try to recapture the grandeur of the boss's death when you pull the trigger? At least that's how I remember it. You have to pull the trigger.
You're not alone. Whatever the pain, we'll get through it together.
Well, then press the button yourself, dipshit.
You can do this. Captain.
Oh, Captain, my Captain! This game... It's tried so hard to be dramatic here at the end. It's like, none of it is earned. Still over there? Nope, of course you're not. You teleported away. And now I check my map and see if there are any side objectives that we can do right now. Doesn't look like it. But, how will I be notified about, like, daily mission objectives? Who will tell me to monitor my fluid intake? No! And...
Thank you, Captain. I am grateful from the bottom of my heart for your resolve.
Can I just shoot it over here again?
My mission is to support you. To help you is my desire.
What do you desire?
Captain, let me help you. I feel the bitter
Are you still talking, guys? Because I don't want to cut off your dialogue. Okay. I guess I'm cutting off their dialogue. Our captain, my captain. I'm Paul, lost in the royal boom. God, I don't know poetry. I just know Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan. Okay, well, thanks for spoiling that this time it worked. Little message in the top corner. For all we knew, it was going to put its head back on. Oh, I understand death now. What a world, I'm melting, my beautiful dust. But I had a cure for cancer that I was going to share. It involves turning into a headless zombie. It's kind of an interesting monster design. This is like, it looks like it's 3 different animals that are linked up together. That's like the human centipede. The Lord of Dust centipede. Dramatic. Only our friendship with Reeve could allow us to get through that. Well, at least this means that the dust will clear and we won't have any more zombies to fight in this world. So the post-game should be really straightforward and easy. No monsters of any kind, you know? I don't think that's how it's going to work. Yeah, super victory. Good job, buddy. You're the man now, dog. But Reeve is his true friend.
Let's go home.
You know, that place that looks exactly the same as everywhere else, except occasionally it's got tomato fields, and I guess it's more homey than any place else in Dite, but you would think they'd take one of those ruined areas and like kind of build that up, get rid of the monsters that are there, put over some defenses around the outside, so they'd have shelter from rain and stuff. Yeah, well, there you go. That's the ending. You defeat a giant monster, which had never really threatened you anyway, and was easy to avoid as you were wandering around in the dust. And apparently you and your friends never go home. What a great story. But it leaves so many unanswered questions, like, why was this game made? Well, we know the answer to that. The game was made to try to squeeze some more money out of the Metal Gear franchise, and it was largely seen as a failure, and Metal Gear franchise is largely considered to be dead now. I mean, that's okay. I mean, this game and the fact that probably they're not going to attempt to do very much more with this series doesn't take away from the enjoyment that those of us who played the earlier games in the series had. Because frankly, there are a couple of points earlier in the series where maybe it could have ended. Oh, I guess the credits were a prelude to even more exciting ending. And now we're going to get a clue as to the next Marvel hero movie. And the deep emotional impact of the spot where they used to be. Another thing that undermines this slightly is the fact that I happen to know that in post-game you can get this thing back. Oh, apparently you can get it back right now. I thought you had to do something to get it back, but never mind. So you just get it back immediately, which means that whole
Operational support program, Virgil AT9, reboot complete.
So
revealing the concept of death to the Lord of Dust was a success.
So even their like cheesy fake emotion at the end
the
is.
destructive power of the railgun was extraordinary. As you can see, it didn't.
Oh, and the light is now purple, so
Its
she's
nearby
healed.
body was built with the same materials used to construct nuclear blast shelters.
Who would have thought, huh?
According to my analysis, it was designed this way in case of nuclear war. This was quite a surprise.
But now that its eyeball's purple, I guess
Also,
this means that it's.
the dread dust that had infected us has ceased functioning.
Yeah, it's no longer a split personality.
All personalities have merged into one.
What if I preferred the male personality?
So
What the
I should
hell?
be able to provide you with firmer guidance from here on.
For example, stop dressing like a penis.
Getting home may turn out to be a long paddle, but as they say, Captain, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single
Oh, we can
step.
tell that it's totally healed now that it correctly quotes Proverbs, right? Wow, that's some deep shit right there. So we have voice. I guess voice, just there's a various voice actors that you could have going. And you have the English and Japanese versions of each voice, I would imagine. Occasionally they really confuse me by having an Asian or a Japanese person doing the English voice, or I shouldn't say Japanese person, I mean Japanese American or possibly Japanese person But yeah, anytime they have a Japanese name for the person doing the voice acting in English, it throws me off as to which side is what. Oh, we have Robin Atkin Downs was involved in this game, and Keith the Southern. Oh, you know what? I think that's recycled stuff from Phantom Pain as well. I wonder if by crediting him, they meant that they didn't have to pay Kiefer Sutherland for whatever he got used for in this game. Well, I'm not going to skip through the credits now, because here I was thinking that it was over and that we had to do some kind of mission after the main story to get Virgil back. But it's like, no, we couldn't be bothered to think of some other way for you to do, like, base management tasks that used to be done by a Virgil. So they tried to cram in some emotion about how sad it was and noble that this AI was going to sacrifice itself, which really wasn't earned at all. But then they just immediately undo that anyway. This game isn't very good. I certainly had fun playing through it, though. And I actually found the solo play, I don't want to say more enjoyable, because but there's more, like, I feel like I'm done exploring Dite. There wasn't enough variety in the things you found to make it interesting. But the idea of exploring this big, scary wasteland, like, it had a Fallout feel to it in some areas. Like, you're going around exploring this open world and potentially getting in over your head, fighting monsters. All that was kind of cool. But at the end of the day, it wasn't a very big open world. As a matter of fact, although I complained about how annoying it could be at times, without that dust mechanic where you get lost anytime you go into a new dust area you hadn't previously explored, you would get lost or wouldn't be able to use your radar, but then the next time you went in, you would have mapped it out. Like, I found that mechanic kind of annoying, but it actually probably greatly increased how long it takes to explore the world. Otherwise, like, you really would have, like, sat down, like, you gave this game a whole weekend because you were really psyched for it, and you kind of, like, explore the whole map. Because even though, like, the story would have you exploring different teleport areas in a certain sequence, and I got confused. I thought for a long time I thought you could only convert Kuban to oxygen so many times before you had no ability to do it, and then eventually it was like, oh, you can do it, you're just doing it at a lower return rate than before. If I'd figured that out earlier, like, basically you have free range to explore the entire initial quote, and this is what it's called online, the Afghanistan map. You pretty much could have explored almost all of the Afghanistan map right off the bat. You have to advance the story before you can get to the various bits of Africa map, but... Alright, well, I didn't... Even though I kind of knew I was going to finish the game tonight, I didn't really think through a whole lot to say over the credits, but... It's kind of been said. The game sucks. But it doesn't. It's just that everything about the game that doesn't suck, it owes to Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain. So it's like, yeah, the game engine actually is a solid game engine, but it was developed for a different, better game. The idea of fighting the zombies, like, I guess people are sick of zombies. I don't play that many survival horror games, so to me, I wasn't immediately, like, tired of that, but the enemy variety was pretty low, and I tended to find that the enemies that weren't the mindless wanderers, like, seeing them didn't make me like, oh, cool, a different enemy type. Like, seeing them almost always made me like, oh, crap. Particularly the, well, I didn't mind the mortars so much as, like, sort of extra threatening enemies, and the bombers could be interesting in certain circumstances, but those jumpy around martial arts, special thanks Metal Gear Solid 5 all staff for, you know, making the game that we basically ripped off. But yeah, them high kick and martial arts zombies were just annoying. It's like a year from Final Fantasy 13-2. Annoying AF. But yeah, this game was trash. It was fun trash, but it was pretty clearly trash. Poor Bobo had to get a online subscription for PlayStation Network. He got like the free trial version. Oh, Mr. President.
According to you, a massive wormhole would appear over Mother Base during the battle with XOF.
Forgive me.
Oh, innocent
It would
ones.
appear I made a miscalculation.
Whatever it was, I have to report this to the section. This isn't the first time you've crossed the line with your initiatives. They're
Mr.
going
President.
to come down on you hard, I imagine. Better prepare yourself.
Mr. President.
Fine by me. History was changed. Thank you, Heroes Without Names.
Guys who made the game this was based on.
Thank you, Captain.
Captain President.
But this isn't the end. Now it's my turn to fight.
Get ready to play Metal Gear Survive 2. Good
I will
luck
get
story.
you all out of that place. And then I continue to keep watch. To ensure that technology run amok cannot destroy the world again.
We're going to put a stop to all nanomachines. This is the real purpose of the Metal Gear series, to fight nanomachines
We
in
will
real
build
life.
a better future.
We will make America great. Wait, oh, never mind. Let's not get political. Whew. Good luck doesn't seem like he would be a Trumper anyway. I prefer kids who aren't in wheelchairs. Base Camp Dig is now available. You can now use the Base Camp Wormhole Digger. Establish the base defense team. A new state is now playable in salvage missions. Okay. Walker gears are a thing. So it's time to call it a video. If it actually prompts me before it continues on here, then, you know, if I have to press X before the game will move forward, that would actually be kind of perfect, because it means I can, call it a video. And then we get a clean start in the next video to the world of post-story stuff. We'll explore that world together starting out next time. Thanks for watching, folks. See you then.